Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very censored. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Noobs, I hope you stay to the end. Regs, we back at it again. We do what we do. This is almost like every single day, but it ain't every single day. Look. I'm going to tell you what I miss most about the fitness center, because it's been about 3 years plus since I have graced my presence or been there full of grace or presented myself there. I've given you multiple options that you pick and you choose. I'm just the narrator. Not the hater. Giving you many options. This is a multiple choice. Definitely not fill in the blank or true or false. I'm still doing the multiple choice. Now look, the smart, forward-thinking peeps made me go to another level. Basically, introduced me to something new. And you know how I like the new. I like the new. And this method that I've been doing, using everyday life as my workout, everyday life as my exercise, and adding a little exercise in when needed be, at least 3 out of the 7 days per se. It's been working out. Best shape of my life. Best shape I've ever been. Feeling good, feeling great. And I am actually seeing improvement and not just spinning my wheels, not just treading water, and not just getting caught up in the monotony of repetition, because it gets boring. I found creative ways to make it not be boring. I found creative ways to help me push past limits, especially when it gets hard, or especially when it seems like nothing is happening. And that's why keeping notes, having the data, and seeing the numbers and trying to improve on different numbers during different times, that helps a lot. But one of the things that I miss the most by the fitness center, and I'm going to say it because I have to maintain being a truth teller. I just can't say something to say something. I just can't lie. Pinocchio already got that job covered for me, and I'm no one's puppet. And I don't need a puppet master. And I'm pretty sure Geppetto is an amazing guy, amazing. But I don't like anybody else having their hands in my back and pulling my strings. That's not for me. That isn't for me. I have to maintain being a truth teller, and that's why I'm going to say what I miss. One of the things that I miss the most. And I could have just lied. I could have just made something up. I could have just went along to get along and just trampled on the whole idea and the whole concept and just had an agenda. And with my agenda being, I ain't missing nothing. About the fitness center. Everything is great. Everything is good. Everything is amazing. And amazing is my favorite word. I could have came out here and hit you with that agenda. I could have said all those things, but all those things would have been negotiable, alternative truths, negotiable, possibly true in a different realm, in a different world, in a different place. But since we are here, and since this is the realm, and since this is the place, it's just not true. And I can't say that it is. And I can't stand up and say it is what it is when that ain't what it is. Manny might be being Manny, but that ain't see, I can't even say it right because it's just that untrue. And I always complain about this during the time, being caught up in seeing patterns and noticing patterns and just figuring out the game and just figuring out instincts and just seeing everything repeat itself. Like at the beginning of the year, you got the noobs coming in. You got the new influx of peeps who joined the fitness center, joined the gym, and they got some New Year's resolutions or revolutions, depending on who you are, And they get in there, last anywhere from a couple days to about 2-ish months, 3 months. Nah. It happened a couple times where I can count on one hand, but it's around the 2-month mark. And in 2 months, I'm being generous. And it comes and go. Then you hit the time period right in the middle of the spring, right before summer. You kind of get another influx of people trying to get that old thing back, that summer body and what have you. And then you see an influx of peeps then, and then it dies down and it goes down when the summer comes, and in the winter it's the regs again. It's the people that you normally see, and then it just repeats itself all over again. And I didn't know how much I miss that. I didn't know how much I'd say, hey, who's the noobs now? Or the regs, us knowing each other and knowing the noobs and doing everything we can to help the noobs out and helping the influencers, the ones that's taking up the equipment and just filming upon filming, not working out, not doing anything, but their followers surely appreciate it. But the rest of us that's trying to make muscles move, we felt some kind of way about that. I didn't really understand or know how much I would miss that until going about 3+ years without it. Going 3+ years without and I think more so it's the interaction, because the people come and go, the people change, but the process stays the same. The intent stays the same. That pattern is still there. And once you get used to a certain pattern, it becomes like a part of, not necessarily you, but it becomes a part of the routine. But I know what you're thinking. You don't like routine. I know I don't like routine, but that doesn't mean I can't miss routine. That doesn't mean that I can't wish and hope that some kind of routine was there. Because after you do something for so long, that routine becomes a part of you, but not really a part of you. You get it? Got it? Good. And it was that whole process of the noobs, influx, regs, seeing the regs same time every day of the year, 365. Sometimes they miss a day or two, but the regs are regs for a reason. The regs are regs for a reason, and the noobs are noobs for a reason, unless they are just changing and they're coming in, firstly, move there, or what have you. There are other reasons why you are a noob, and it not necessarily meaning that you are on a New Year's resolution or you're trying to get that old thing back. There's in between. But I didn't realize how much that I would miss people being in my way when I'm trying to get in the zone, or when I'm in the zone, having somebody ask me questions, or I'm trying to get in the zone, but I can't get in the zone because the equipment that I need to use or the weight that I need to use isn't available to me. So I got to wait, and I got to put the get in the zone part on pause. At the time, it seemed annoying. At the time, it seemed like something that I just couldn't get with and something I just couldn't stand for. But now I'm sitting down craving it. Now I'm sitting down like, you know what? That was a miscalculation. You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I had that wrong. And that is to say, I do believe in personal growth, and there are pros and cons with just about anything. How ever bird-like voice. However, I'm not saying that the decision that I made overall is wrong. I'm just saying that just a little, I miss the chaos a little bit. I get chaos in a different way, but not chaos like that. That chaos was entertaining. That chaos was addictive. That chaos was something that drove me a little bit. One, I needed something else to drive me. That chaos helped me along when I needed some help. However, I do find other ways and other methods of chaos and utilize other things in my tool bag to get me to certain points and places, to push past limits and all of that good stuff. But having that already available to me without having to dip in my tool bag, it's just something about it. It's something about the nostalgia of it. And I know I am romanticizing the past, because I can go back and you can go back and you can check the historical documents. You can go back. In fact, you probably should go back, because I know I am. I'm going to go back and I'm going to check the historical documents. I'm going to put myself in my place. I'm going to put myself in my place and listen to all of the New Year's resolution and revolution stories of me hoping and wishing that some noob or the different types of peeps that be in the gym don't get me out of my zone, get me out of my happy place, get me out of where I am trying to go, where I am trying to be, what I am trying to do, because I'm sure, not 100% sure, but I'm about 98% sure that I was really perturbed about that. And I'm just probably now romanticizing, but that's okay. I can look back and I can be a romantic. I can be a romantic about some things. I can be romantic about just about anything. This is worth it. This is something that I believe is a beneficial look back, where I can still appreciate the old times and appreciate the chaos while still looking forward, still moving forward, still growing personally, and not necessarily want or need that certain type of chaos or that certain type of tool to help me move forward or to help me utilize different methods to get me to the end game or to help me reach my goals. And I'll give you an example if that makes absolutely zero sense to you. I never once did use podcasts. I never once did listen to audiobooks. I never once did listen or watch TV while working out. Now I do. Now it helps me be a little bit more efficient with my time because I can go and be in two places at once. I can get in the zone, but instead of having my zone as absolutely nothing, I can be and get in my zone and have my zone actually being something that's going to benefit me also by reading a book, getting information, or being entertained. So instead of just using music all the time, instead of just using my rough, hardcore, grimy music to get me to push past limits, now I can listen to or focus or get focused or get in the zone with something a little bit more softer. And I would have never reached that place. I would have never grown personally and been able to do that if I was still utilizing the fitness center. So while I do miss certain things about it, in the overall grand scheme of things, I've grown personally. There are more methods that I can use and utilize. I'm further along in my journey. That's why I can just look back and romanticize that and still not say, hey, I need to go back. Because I don't. Looking forward. Thank you for listening. You probably already know this episode was not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, all things Vince. There's a YouTube as well. VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, basically do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you must, comment if you may. Yeah, comment. Thank you for listening. Noob, if you're still here, I'm giving you a fully clap. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back as well. Reg, you know what time it is. Noob, it's time to G to the O. And that means peace out. See, still not doing it.